Hello everyone, Lori here, and welcome to this week's garden tour. Up in the front, we still have the Star of Persia alliums, one of my favorite alliums. And behind that is a volunteer snapdragon. I let my snapdragons go to seed, and they come up whatever color is going to come up, and wherever they want to come up. It's always a little fun experiment. And here I have some volunteer foxglove. This is Pam's Choice Split. I had a lot of these before, and we had rain one year and it knocked down all of the stems before they went to seed. So I didn't have any for a while, but I have a few now, and I'm hoping these will reseed and spread. These are nodding onions, and this is also in the allium family, and again, another one of my favorites. And this isn't in bloom yet, but I still love the seed heads before they pop open into purple flowers. This bed, I have some echinacea growing in here. It's Cheyenne Spirit, but it's been here for probably 6 or 7 years, and it's starting to morph into just a solid color, this purple color. So I'm going to see what these other plants do before I decide whether I'm going to take them out and replace them with something else. But I'll let the birds feast on them before I do that. They are getting taller than they used to be, and they're starting to block the sunlight over to my rose here, which has also been getting eaten by a Japanese beetle, I believe. And this is the dry shade bed over here. I'm still getting blooms on the Silene. This has been blooming since May. I think the beginning of May. I would have to check, maybe in April. It's crazy how much it blooms. And again, this is a native plant to me. It's also called wild pink. And my Tippy Pots, these have the Supertunia Vistas, the silver bells. Again, there was one 4-inch plant per pot, and they seem to be filling in quite nicely. And these are 8-inch pots, the terracotta pots. This does not get a lot of sun, so I wasn't sure how well they'll do, but they seem to be doing all right. I have heard that you need to feed the supertunias on a regular basis to keep them blooming well, so I need to remind myself to do that. And in the back, I have a color corner. This is where a lot of my shady plants go. I got a new planter, and this has the super bells, or the calibrachoa, I believe it's called, watermelon punch. That color is so cool. I think they might be new this year, but I'm not sure. There's 4 plants in this container, 2 whites and 2 watermelon punch. Over here are those coleus I got from Rosie Dawn. I will put a link up in the corner there so you can see that video of the unboxing and description of these. But boy, those colors are fun. So fun. And this pot has some licorice and 2 of the seed-grown coleus I did this year, the chocolate-covered cherry and black dragon. I overwintered that licorice too with cuttings. And the opposite corner of our patio, the duplicate pots for the most part. More of that watermelon punch. It's a really vibrant color. And then another close-up of the other pot. The lime shrimp. Maybe this is my favorite coleus. I can't make up my mind. Here is goatbeard. If you like astilbes, you will probably like this plant. It grows about 4 feet tall, and it's a shade plant. But this is native to me, unlike the astilbe, which is not native, although I do have some in this garden bed. This would make a nice screen from the neighbors, so I'm thinking I might put in a couple others. And my baby spice bush. We got rain this last week, and look at the green growth that has come out, just popped out on this once it started raining. Even though I hand water, the garden just does better when it gets natural rain. The Indian pinks are starting to bloom. These will open up more, and this is a good plant for hummingbirds. This is also a native plant for me, and it's in my bird feeder bed. The coleus in this bed is actually doing pretty good considering the squirrels and the birds tromp all over it. So you can see they're still alive. A close-up of coleus. This is chocolate mint. I love this one too. This I grew from seed. And again, now that we've been getting some steady rain, these are growing a little better. And the rainbow volcano. The color of these will change a little bit depending on how much sun they get. And some of my hostas. And the heuchera. This little snapdragon is 20 bronze. It's a dwarf snapdragon, and I am in love with this plant. I can't wait till it blooms even more. I grew these from seed. And my peonies, which I had hoped to get before it rained, but I didn't. And so they're drooping. They're not as pretty as they usually are. I have white, pink, and this fuchsia color almost. But nice big blooms on it. But as peonies do, when it rains, they droop. Even though I have them caged up, they still fall over. And the back corner bed with the campanula, even more of the blue has shown up from wherever it came from. So I'm going to have to take some of that out. I'm not sure if I'll keep it or move it. It's not a native plant, so I'm not quite sure what I'll do with it yet. I have more blooms on the Rosie the Riveter Floribunda. A lot of the blooms are past their prime, but these two look pretty good. More campanula drooping from the rain, and the Star of Persia. And now my phlox is blooming. This is a native phlox. It does not get powdery mildew, and the pollinators go crazy for this plant. I have 2 patches of it. And next to that is my red hot poker. This is actually a yellow color, and it took it probably 4 years before it bloomed for me. In fact, I had almost given up, but now I've got 3 bloom stalks this year. So I'll have 3 flowers on this plant. And my sundrops that were courtesy of my neighbor when they gave me these Stokes asters. These were tucked in there. This is a native plant as well, the evening primrose. And moving around to the back here is the beard tongue foxglove, which you can see why it looks like foxglove. These are tall, and the bees love these as well. This back corner here has my tallest plants since it's the furthest from the patio, so you can see it. Well, that was a bit of a rainy tour this week. What's blooming in your garden? Leave a comment below and let me know. Have a great weekend, everyone.